Okay, it is 6:30. Welcome to the Board of Health meeting, Topsfield Board of Health for December 17th, 2025. And pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023 and H.2062 as amended by S.2506, this meeting will be conducted via remote means. Members of the public who wish to access the meeting may do so in the following manner. Zoom meeting. See the connection information on the agenda to join the meeting. The agenda is on the town website, right on the front page under meetings. Or you can join by Zoom or you can call in by phone. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Topsfield Town website at https://www.topsfield-ma.gov. You may also reach out to the Topsfield Board of Health at health@topsfield-ma.gov or 978-887-1520 for information or assistance. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, and public participation in any public hearing conducted during this meeting shall be by remote means only. We have Topsfield Cable TV on who will be recording the meeting. Is there anyone else who would like to record this meeting? See. Oh, don't see anyone. Welcome. So the Board of Health members. Oh, Allison. I see who Allison is. We didn't know that's Bill Hunt. So
Right.
must be on Allison's computer. Okay. And
No, she
no.
changed mine, and I don't know how to change it back.
Oh, you know how? Well,
No.
you go put your mouse over the upper right-hand corner of your screen when you see yourself on the screen, and you'll see three dots.
Yeah.
Click on those three dots,
Okay.
and then it will say something like, well, I'll do mine. We'll say,
Rename. It has rename at the bottom.
yeah, rename. That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was Jerry for quite some time, so I know that problem.
And that worked.
Goody.
You are a computer genius.
Oh, for sure.
We all are, right?
Yeah, and we have Ellen Eaton and we have Carl Ackerman, and but we have a quorum at any rate. And then Sue, our administrative assistant, will be taking the minutes. John Boulay is our health director, and we have Imad Zarain, who will be speaking to us during the meeting. So, so no one else is going to be recording the meeting. And so let's begin with a moment of silence. Thank you. The first appointment, actually the only appointment for today's meeting is the topic is 10 High Street Proposed Housing Project, the Emerson Homes Project Update from Imad Zarain, professional engineer. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly.
That's fine.
And under that topic will be discussion and vote on requiring a peer review specialist for a commercial septic plan review for the property located at 10 High Street, according to local Topsfield regulation R1-10. And before Ahmed, how do you say your name, sir?
Imad.
Ahmed. Thank you.
Okay.
Before Imad speaks, I need to recuse myself from this item because, and so I will be leaving the meeting right now, and then I'll come back in after this item is all finished. I will suggest that we need to appoint or elect, I'm not sure which is correct, someone to chair the meeting in my absence, and I would suggest Ellen could do it, but I'll leave that up to the group after I leave. So I'll see you I'll see you later. Have a good discussion.
I'll admit you when we're all done.
Okay.
What was the conflict?
The,
What was her
something about
conflict?
something about the location of, or the project. And I think relationship to something that Cheryl is involved with herself. So she didn't feel she could vote on it. Anyway, I had discussed with Cheryl about presenting this item. If anybody disagrees with that, certainly speak up and we can follow up on that. Otherwise, I can proceed. Any discussion regarding that or
Go
any
ahead.
question? Okay. Okay, we're going to be discussing number 3 on the agenda, the appointments, 10 High Street, the proposed housing project, the Emerson Homes project update from EMAD Sren. And then I'll call on John Boulay to give an update on the project and then to introduce the guest of Zaren. Or IMAD, thank you. Okay, so John.
Hey, Ellen. Yeah, so it's 10 High Street. They're proposing to put a 44 unit structure there for senior housing. It's obviously going to be a large commercial project with the proposed septic design plans have a flow of about 5,000 gallons per day. So obviously a pretty large system. And I'll leave it up to IMAD to give us a better idea of, what he proposes to do for the project.
Can I start?
Yes.
For the record, my name is Imad Zurain from Develop Zurain Inc., a professional civil engineer, as well as a soil evaluator in the state of Massachusetts. If you allow me to share the screen, if it's okay.
Yep. There you go.
As John mentioned, we did submit the septic plans back in October containing 4 sheets. Basically, this is the cover sheet, outlines the applicant, the engineers, and the sheets involved, as well as required by Title V, the locus of the site, which I'm assuming everybody knows where the site is, at 10 High Street, pretty close to the town hall. Sheet 2, as required also, it's an overall grading and utility plan and stormwater. It basically shows the entire site, including all the stormwater, all the infrastructure. So it's this kind of a V-shaped building that's going to house elderly housing, senior housing, 44 units, a mix of one and 2 bedrooms, more 1 bedrooms than 2 bedrooms. All the runoff from the site is pretty much captured and goes into a detention basin before outlets into existing wetlands. As you all know, we've gone through the ZBA approval as well as the Conservation Commission notice of intent a couple of years back. Septic system is located behind the building. So the sewer line from the building will exit in the corner in this location into a septic tank, into another septic tank, pump chamber, a gate valve, and the system itself. I'll go into details in the next page of the components. So this is an enlarged view of the septic system. We did the perks way back, I believe it was done back in 2021. So we did 8 deep holes, which outlined on the plan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically capturing the primary system as well as the reserve area. And the perk test was witnessed by Wendy, I believe, at the time. And the soil's pretty much all sand in there. It was less, all the perks that we did out there is all less than 2 minutes an inch. So looking at the calculation for the system, I mean, the system, I think I mentioned that to John a while back. It's no different than a single family system as far as the component is concerned, except it's a larger system because we have a larger flow. But as far as the design, the guidelines, Title V, it's all the same. It's just more flow, bigger system. I'll just go through how we came up with the flow itself. So there's 44 units, 38 one bedroom, and we have 2 studios and 4 2 bedrooms. So the studios and the 1 bedroom, it's basically 110 gallons per unit, typical Title V per bedroom. And for the 2 bedrooms, Title V's allows to use 150 per unit. So combining all those flows, we come up with 5,000 gallons per day total flow. As required by Title V, we have to have 2 septic tanks, one for 48 hours detention and one for 24-hour detention. So if we look at the profile of the system, we have the exit from the building. We have a 10,000 gallon septic tank initially, which is twice the 5,000, and a 5,000 gallon tank after that, which is the 24-hour detention. The flow, everything pretty much goes by gravity as designated by those inverts until we get to a pump station where we basically pump the system pump the flow into a leaching field. It's pretty similar to any leaching field, except it's bigger. In this design, I typically like to keep the pumps outside the wet wells. There's some design for single family. Usually they put the pumps right inside the pump chamber. In this one, given it's a commercial, we have a duplex system. If the pump need to be changed or what have you, so we have a pump inside the tank, and all the valves are outside, and it's in a separate tank for ease of maintenance or what have you. As far as the design itself, given that we have a loamy sand, we use from Title V is 0.74 gallons per day per square foot. So the 5,000 gallons requires us to provide 57 square feet of leaching area. The groundwater, based on the testing we did, the groundwater is pretty high in there. That's why we have a pump system. It's about 2 feet from the surface. It's 64.5 based on the elevations. We've done a mounding analysis. A geotechnical engineer did a mounding analysis, and we have basically about 4 inches of mounds over the groundwater itself. So we base the bottom of the system 5 feet from the mounded groundwater that we calculated. So we assume the estimated groundwater is 64.75, went up 5 feet, and basically set the system right at the bottom of the system at 5 feet as required by Title V, because we have the 2 minutes perk. Any perk faster than 5 minutes, we have to have separation of 5 feet versus 4 feet typical. we're using for leaching, we're using a Caltech Contactor 100 HD, which basically it's approved by Title V, by DEP. This system allows a slight reduction of the area over a typical pipe and stone that people that's used in the past. We do have a vent for the system itself, and then each of these Caltech system, we're proposing to have 16 rows of these Caltech system with 12 in each row, 12 chambers, and each row will have, as shown on this plan here, an inspection port in case there's any issues. So we'll have basically 16 inspection ports. And that's shown on this plan here. Those little circles at the end of the system are all inspection ports. The pump chamber pumps the flow into a D box that has 16 openings. So we'll have 16 pipes coming out of the D box into those 16 rows of leaching of the Caltech. Like I said, it's a standard system. There's nothing unusual about it. It is a big system because it's a bigger flow. But as far as the components, it's no different than any single family system. That's pretty much my presentation. If you have any questions or anything,
I do.
go ahead.
A couple of questions. One for John. How long is a perk test good for in Massachusetts, in Topsfield?
That would still be a valid perk, as long as the soils aren't disturbed.
No, there's a time limit. What's the time limit?
I don't believe
Can
that.
I ask you?
A few years ago, the Board of Health bill, I'm not sure if you were at that meeting,
Yeah.
but a few years ago, the Board of Health voted that unless soil is disturbed on the property, a percolation and deep hole testing has no end date.
Well, I know I was not there for that meeting.
Title V has no limitation on the time as long as the soil hasn't been disturbed. Yes.
I certainly wouldn't have gone for that. Okay, the next question is, first of all, exactly where is this project going in? I know it's on High Street, but High Street is all over.
If I go to the full plan, basically, this is a common street right across the street here, where Town Hall is over here in this location somewhere.
So what's on the premises now?
I'm sorry?
What?
The existing, it's an existing, it's a baseball field, an old baseball field that's been inactive for quite some time. It's old softball field.
You can see where the church is, kind of to the left of those plans. That gives you a better idea.
This is the church here, the Congregational Church of.
And what did the town sell you that land?
The church did, didn't they?
The
I
church,
think the church, yes.
Yes, it was church owned.
church
Out
owned.
behind the Emerson Center.
Yeah, okay. I know a field, sure.
That's what that is, a field, yes.
And how many units are going in that field?
It's 44 units.
It seems like a lot to me. It seems like a whole lot to me.
It does, but from a Board of Health perspective, isn't our remit just on, is this to code?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And it's one building rather than separate units.
And you said this is some sort of alternative technology you want to use?
It's not alternative, but it's approved by DEP that allows you to use the Caltech system to, in essence, replaces the traditional pipe, perforated pipe and stone. Allows you to basically, it reduces the area slightly, the footprint, reduces the footprint a little bit.
So it is, but that's alternative technology. It just has to be approved by the state, right? But it's
It,
still,
it is has an approval by the state. I could send you
but
guys the.
so it's still alternative technology though, nonetheless, right?
Not sure, it's I mean, it's
Maybe
leaching.
these definitions have changed through the years, but in the old days, just because it was approved by the state, it did not lose its label as being alternative technology. Anything that's not straight in accordance with what the existing regime is was considered alternative technology.
I mean, it's still
That's
you
my
got
sole question. I don't know why I'm getting a pushback on it.
What was that, Bill?
I said that was an easy question. I don't understand why I'm getting a pushback on it.
So are you objecting to it or are you just stating it?
Well, I'm not going to vote for it. I'm voting against it.
Okay.
There's just to come in here and with this giant thing and hit us with it over the course of one meeting seems unreasonable to me. I think we should discuss this in a more deliberate fashion. So I mean, if you guys want to call a question and vote on it, that's fine. That's how democracy works. But
Well, before we do that,
it seems like a rush
one
to
of the question that I have been asked to bring is not a vote on it, but a vote on to having a consultant for peer review.
This is not a vote to approve it. It's a vote to authorize a consultant for peer review.
Right.
That's probably a good idea.
So we would have an outside consultant review it and then,
Advise us.
yes.
All right. Okay. I misread that. I'm sorry.
So Ahmad is just presenting what his proposal is.
Right.
So do we want to vote on whether or not that is something we think should be an option?
The consultant?
Correct.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think we should. I think that's what we need to vote on, and then that's it.
Okay, John, do you want to maybe discuss the need for the consultant due to the size of the project? And then we can vote on it.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a commercial project. We've had peer reviews done in the past for any large commercial projects going into Topsfield. It has a large flow, which is 5,000 gallons per day going into that direct site every day. Yes, the system itself is, similar to a traditional system for a house. It's not completely traditional because you're not using pipe and stone. You're using a different um, technology for the leaching area, but for the most part, the other stuff is similar. It's just a much larger system. But due to it being a commercial project going into town, I still think it's not a bad idea to have a peer review to overlook the project a little further.
Any
And
other?
I guess, John, in your opinion, is this enough material for the peer review, or would additional material be required?
No, this is a pretty standard septic design plan that would be submitted to us. It's usually, 3 or 4 pages like this one.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion on it?
Well, will we be asked for any waivers or I can't think of the other word.
Variances?
Variances? Yeah.
We're not asking for anything. No. It's straight out of fire.
So there's no LUAs, no variances, no
Okay.
nothing.
Okay. Are we ready to vote on a consultant according to our consultant services document?
Yep.
Okay. The fees are depending upon the size of the project. So anything over 25 units will be like a $10,000 fee for that would have to be paid.
Oh yeah, if I can just add to that. So it would be a number of 10,000 that would be have to be held in a interest-bearing account. And then whatever fees, are created from the peer review would be deducted from that. And then I believe at the end they would, give whatever money back that there is.
Mhm.
What's the $10,000? Is the peer review fee?
It's yeah, it's based on you can look it up yourself if you want. It's R1-10 consultant services. It's part of our local supplemental regulations. Um, but it basically gives a chart on what they require to be held in account for any consultants or anything like that to review a project.
Definitely a lot more than my design fee.
What was that?
It's
But
a lot more than my design fee.
But understand that
Yeah,
number is
fine.
10,000, but that's not what it's actually going to cost. It's whatever the consultant costs. It's
Okay.
just what they make the person hold in an account.
Do you have a list of consultants that already that you guys use, or
Yeah, we do have consultants we've used for peer review in the past.
so who would, if the board voted for that, who would you guys use for this?
The last one we had was a gentleman, Tom Minetta, which is a local engineer, has been doing septic designs for I think 20 or 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the one that we would probably be using.
Okay.
Well, why don't we just get this going by saying we move to hire a consultant pursuant to our regulations to review these plans and let us know what's going on. So we'll hire I move that we hire a consultant to review these plans.
A peer review. Do I have a second on that?
I will second that.
Okay. Any discussion? No discussion on it? All right. So we'll take a vote. Bill,
Aye.
Carl, aye.
I say aye. Okay. So it's a unanimous that we'll have a consultant for peer review. And I guess, John, you would be making that arrangement? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll have to talk in the office about reaching out to the owners of 10 High Street, and getting an account set up for that. But-
Okay,
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ahmad.
Yeah.
How do we retrieve Cheryl?
Are you contacting Cheryl, John?
She's not in the waiting room. But yeah, maybe one of us should text her and tell her to,
All right, I'll text her.
Get back to work. So what's next on the agenda? Maybe we can just continue along till she shows up. We still have a quorum.
Yeah.
I can give you updates if you want.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see. Couple things, PHE. Connor's been doing a good job for us. We got all our common vitulers done. He did quite a few inspections for us. other PHE news, we got the $7,500 returned for the work John Coulon did at the fair from PHE. They reimbursed us for that. I sat in 3 interviews this week for a new public health nurse and 2 part-time inspectors. That's still up in the air though, so, but we did interview 3 different candidates, so we'll see how that goes. What else? We also completed our landfill monitoring the last couple weeks for everything that's required from DEP for taking air samples and water samples. What else? We completed all the inspections for the Holiday on the Green and the Castleberry Fair, which was a little while ago, but we haven't met in about 2 months, so
Hmm.
that went well. Permits and renewals are going through right now. We've had a lot of renewals coming through. Sue's obviously doing an amazing job with all that stuff. Um, but we've had a lot of those come in. I'm sure we're still waiting on some, but it seems like a lot of people are getting all their paperwork in time. And I sat in the first meeting this week for our budget for fiscal year 27. So that's kind of that process got going. But that's pretty much what I have.
You want to come back to the meeting?
And I don't see,
Okay.
On the town
Uh,
nurse, is that interviews with the tri-town? Or
yeah,
is,
so I sat in an interview with Tracy from Middleton and Jessica from the PHE.
okay,
But it went well. I mean, you know, I would say the interviews were good without giving too much information. There was one candidate that was, on the younger side, looking to get into public health, and there was another candidate that was um, has many years of experience. Those were the inspector positions, and then we had a nurse that's working at a hospital in Boston right now. Um, so went pretty well, but I think it's up to the advisory committee to decide on who and if they're going to hire them.
hmm,
Okay, John,
Yeah, I see her now. She just came in.
okay.
Okay,
welcome back.
thank you. So where did are we just starting on meeting minutes then?
No,
We kind of went in different order. I
Okay,
just gave my update and they voted on the consultant. So whatever
okay.
you had after that.
All right, so did we do meeting minutes yet?
no,
No. All right, that's item number 4, meeting minutes. And I read them and I don't have any corrections or anything. So we could entertain a vote or a discussion or both. This is of meeting minutes of October 15th because there was no meeting in November. So did everybody read them?
yes,
Hmm.
Okay. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of October 15th.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Okay,
Somebody said something.
I'll second.
I did.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Carl.
I think Bill did first.
Don't
Oh,
worry about
Bill,
it.
oh, didn't hear him.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
all right.
I love Zoom. I can't. Uh, um, is there any further discussion on the minutes?
No, I think they were fine.
So all those in favor of accepting them as written, please say aye, and I'll call a roll. Ellen,
Aye.
Carl,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
myself, aye. So it's unanimous. Did Amy come yet, or did she arrive, or no?
No,
No. Okay. So that's that. And then you did your health director report, John? Is that what you said?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, thank you. I don't think there's any new business. Does anybody know of any?
Nope.
Okay, hearing none. Old business. The first item is Public Health Excellence Grant, Shared Services, that is, update. And I know Kevin is our representative from Topsfield onto the advisory board. And I believe they have met. I thought they were meeting today, but I don't think they did. We've been in touch with Kevin, and John has been in touch with Kevin, and I don't know, John has a couple of things to tell us, I think.
Yeah, so I kind of touched on that a little bit too. That we went through interviews this week. Um, and we're waiting, for it to go through the process in the advisory committee for that. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add, but
No, oh, here it is. Okay. Um, I, I don't. Does anybody have any questions about it?
So there was only one candidate for the public health nurse position, John?
yeah, I guess there were supposed to be two, but the other one canceled or didn't show up. So
Hmm, okay. Are they gonna continue to advertise or,
I believe it's still up there now. So I think we have to meet with the advisory committee to kind of decide on what to do next. So
okay.
So weren't they going to have an in-person advisory committee meeting, John? Remember?
that's what we had this past month.
Oh,
But I don't think that's going to work out going forward. It sounds like that the gentleman, Matt, prefers it to be on Zoom because he works in the city. So the next one might be on Zoom, but I don't think it's scheduled yet.
okay. To see the agenda, you have to go to the Middleton Town website. It used to be that it needed to be posted on all three towns' website. But if the advisory committee voted on a certain thing, you could waive that state requirement and post it simply on the Middleton website, which makes it difficult because you're not always checking the Middleton website. But nevertheless, that's where it gets posted. And then all the meetings are public, so anyone can attend by Zoom.
I did ask on Monday that Ellen be included on the email for the next meeting.
Oh, good,
Okay, thanks.
because Ellen is the alternate to Kevin at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, will you be attending? And I guess the question is, when will you be taking over for Kevin?
Whom?
Or is that going to be,
Whom? Moi?
no, John?
John. Yeah, I know. So there was discussion about who should actually be on it. So I'm
I
not
don't I don't plan on taking over until Kevin decides he you know feels
He's,
good about it,
okay.
which I'm fine with.
All right, so that there's no discussion about any
No.
change then. Okay, that was my question.
yeah, good question. Any more questions? Or no? Okay. So we'll move to the next item is opioid settlement funds update. I don't have an update. I don't even know if they met. I know I got a notification about them meeting. John, do you have any information about that?
The only thing I have is that we spent $400 on magnets since our last meeting, so that's the major update for that.
Yeah.
Okay, those magnets were,
We had a meeting
oh,
on the 4th of December.
ah,
Um, a lot of people canceled, so it was a small meeting, but starting
I think
the
I got rescheduled kind of last minute, so right.
um, well, that's what I had, that the 12/4 was when I had as the meeting time originally. So from there, let me see, the next meeting will be the 5th of February at 10 a.m.
but did you try to go to that meeting, Ellen, or not? Or
I went,
oh, you went, but
the
did they
4th,
did
but
they
a lot of people were not there. They had to cancel.
Oh, so they just didn't meet. Okay.
But we had the meeting. Oh, we had, Kevin did come and he talked about Julia being starting on the 8th, 5 hours a week. And 0.5 of that will be for administration of the opioid uh, funds, et cetera. And 4.5 hours of that is going to the Council on Aging.
Oh, so that's how that's being funded. And she's going to be what, outreach coordinator for the Council on Aging?
Uh,
Or,
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
okay.
Working with, different individuals. And
Yeah.
she's also going to be working on with a student that Kathleen has been working with on a website and trying to decide if make a combined website with PHE and the opioid committee. So there's more discussion for that.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah,
I know they've been talking about a website for quite some time because there is a lot of information. She was trying to gather it all into one place.
yeah.
So that sounds good.
There was concern from the Tri-Town um, that they only serve youth, so they weren't sure that that needed to go on a website, that it might just be, within the Tri-Town, what's that called? The committee,
Oh,
the
the Tri-Town Council?
council, yeah, and the individuals who work with the youth. Um,
So what was the concern?
that they only serve the youth, so, not having, if everybody, other departments will be, featured on this website, so it wouldn't really be anything that they would they would probably give more specific kinds of information to the youth and their families in terms of, going to a website. And so those are just discussions about how to construct the website.
Yeah,
It was just a lot of discussion. There was
I
no.
guess so. Sounds like it was wide-ranging
Yeah,
discussion.
and a community calendar and things like that.
Okay. Well, that'll be great to have Julia pulling that together because she could do things like that. I mean, she's very good at that.
Yes, yep.
Well, that's good.
One discussion was about, somehow including something about court clinicians, but each of the three towns goes to a different court.
Oh,
Yeah, there's, there's no coordination there as far as
wow.
the court system. So it was an interesting meeting from that perspective.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for going and representing us.
I've been trying to attend when I
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Um, all right. So that was the opioid settlement funds update. Bills paid. We paid $60 for a 6 month membership in the Mass Health Officers Association for John Boulay. And also, we have been reimbursed for some past expenses. One of the requirements for John Boulay was to get his soil evaluator certification. That involves taking a semester-long course, which costs $800, and the book costs $350. Also, the on-site classes are held all around the state, and they look at soils in different parts of the state. And then there are field supplies. And so we were reimbursed for those things from the shared services grant. And also um, the grant reimbursed us for John Coulon's oversight of all the food inspections at the Topsfield Fair in October, and that was $7,500 for that. So that was very good. And then, so the total that Topsfield got reimbursed was $9,193.73. So as a taxpayers, I think we should be happy. And the those monies go right back into our line items on our budget to replenish the money that we put out for that. So because we would have probably overspent our budget if we hadn't been reimbursed. So that is good news. Any question about the bills paid or discussion?
No.
Okay, so and then monthly revenue. So this revenue is for 2 months, and the month of November revenue is $22,655, which is huge. And of that, $19,360 what came from food permits at the Topsfield Fair. And then revenue for December is so far $1,815. And so it's a lot of temporary food permits, licenses, Title V related items. And those monies go directly into the town.
General account,
Say that again.
general account.
Thank you. General fund. They don't go to our budget, but of course our budget is our budget. Anyway, cars, the last item. Any discussion of the revenues? Okay. The last item is Board of Health submission to the Open Space and Recreation Plan to 2025. So you may or may not know that there is a document called Town of Topsfield Open Space and Recreation Plan, and it's on the town website. If you just go to the town website and search for open space, you'll find it. It was posted in 2019, and the Open Space Committee was updating it. So they sent us an email in June and asked us to update our small portion of it that relates to the Board of Health. And that you will, if you were to look at it, and I'm not suggesting that you do this now because it's a fair amount of reading, but it comes under section 3, community setting, and it is item that is labeled 3D2C, sewer systems. And so that was, as you will recall, we were in transition, having no health agent. So Sue and I put our heads together, and later John Boulay, and I think John Coulon too. And we read that section, and it was very, very, very difficult to understand, bordering on misinformation. So we decided, after trying to rewrite it, Sue came up with a brilliant rewrite, which is what was sent to you in your attachments. And it reads, in 2022, the Topsfield Board of Health held a duly advertised public hearing to review the septic regulations. After public comment and extensive Board of Health review, the board voted under the authority granted to them by Mass General Laws, Chapter 111, Section 131, to adopt the science-based guidelines and regulations put forth in 310 CMR 15, the State Environmental Code, Title V. And that really says it all. There's no point in us going back and trying to reiterate what it says in Title V, because that's what we adopted. The part in the previous rendition of the open space report that was a little upsetting was it said that we didn't essentially have a perk rate in Topsfield, which was quite misleading. So we hope this fixes it. And we replied to that email that we got in June. We sent this revision, and they have had also, they sent out a survey, they've had meetings. The open space report is very interesting to read, and it encompasses a lot of other stuff, which is important. So I hope this helps. And any questions on that open space report?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I think there's a typo.
oh,
I think it's Mass Chapter 111, Section 31, which
hmm.
allows us to do reasonable health regulations. 131, I think, is right to get onto the premise.
Oh, okay. You know what? I think you're right. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Carl. We will look at that. I think you're right. It just from memory, I think. Um, so thank you. Wow, the simplest thing. Thank you, Carl.
Okay, I think it's just a typo.
All right. If it's a typo, we'll just fix it, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Any further discussion? Okay, good eyes. Thanks. Um, all right. I feel like, something's missing. Oh, the part of the meeting that I didn't attend. Okay. All right. Are there any other items that we need to discuss? Don't hear anything, so we will accept a motion to adjourn. It is 7:23. 7:23? Yeah.
Move to adjourn.
Okay. Bill,
I move to adjourn.
thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Ellen? All those, any further discussion? All those in favor of adjourning, say aye. Bill,
Aye.
Ellen,
Aye.
Carl, Carl.
Aye.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
all right, and myself, aye. It is unanimous. We shall adjourn at 7:23 tonight. Thank you so much for attending, and we'll have a great holiday, and we'll see you in January.